Alright everyone, JB here, and we are back with another Dragon Ball Z video on channel today. Now today we are going to be pretty much doing a tier list before we get, the new units for this powerful opponent campaign that does start on the 13th in a few days next week. So I'm going to give my insight on the top units, everything. Honorable mention is here for those in the 11 through 15 spot. So for those wondering what HM means. So before we start off, I want to point something out. Now yesterday was pretty much some it was a very unfortunate day. I'm sure most of you know by now that the author, the creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama, unfortunately passed away. Now this video was supposed to go out yesterday, but yeah, the news kind of had your boy in shock. I cried for a little bit, and I just want to make it known that the impact that he had, the inspiration that he had, not only on my childhood growing up, but on many childhoods, many generations. I wanted to be known that I hope everyone continues to enjoy his artwork, his creations that he shared with us over the years, and continue just to spread the positivity. Be joyful. There's no reason for everyone to hate someone because maybe they like this character better, or this character. We're all in the same community, the same support, And I did make a community post about it, giving a little insight of how he impacted my life. This channel would not be started without Toriyama. He gave me that passion, so to say. Yeah, so I'm feeling way better, way level-headed now, and it's time to push out the videos because I know I have not been consistent. I know. So we're gonna get right to it. Now, number 10 spot. I think here we go. We're gonna put 17. Now 17, he's definitely still top 10, even if it is literally the lower end of it. Best agent unit by far besides Ella Future Han. He's basically that staple, that core to any team you put him on. He's got support in his kit, he's got endurance, and then a bonus on top, his ultimate hits like a truck once you have that unique gauge, built up. So he has a lot of things going on in his kit that I can see why he's aging pretty well. He stats what card draw speed on blast cards, I think. So you can combo pretty well with him. So I think that's a good spot for him. Especially with androids getting that buff with both Super 17, because that's a major buff. They pair up very well. And also this Cell right here, who is a really good unit in my opinion as well. I think people, in a way, they kind of sleep on him. But at the same time, I can see why, because he feels a little bit on and off, I guess, at times. So his two main teams are androids, right? Then when we're looking at the 9th spot, I was just literally, I was just talking about him. We're gonna put Cell right there. Now, like I just mentioned, he feels a bit on and off because I feel like with him not being on the right setup, the right team, he's not being showcased to his full potential, if that makes sense. You got androids, you got MVP 17, you got Super 17, then you got Regen. Regen has a few options. You still can pair him up with Janemba, I believe. What else do we have? Didn't we get something else for Regen? I could be wrong, right? We do also have Orange Piccolo, who got his buff with his plat. He's a pretty, I would say solid option. But besides that, for Regen hasn't really gotten. Well, actually, no, I'm lying. This Zenkai Cell is also really good. Surprised me. You can also pair him up with him. And then that's actually the first revival Zenkai I think we got, and he's really solid. So I would definitely suggest, if you want to run regen, you could run him with that cell. Maybe you want to run them with Orange Piccolo, or I don't know. I'm not a regen main, so those are regen mains. Now looking at the number 8 spot, this one was pretty tough for me, honestly. So I was in between either Gogeta right here or Revival Gogeta, and I actually went for Revival Gogeta. Now I don't think, honestly speaking, you could place him higher. I'm pretty sure some of you would say, well, you could probably place him higher because of how more valuable he is, especially for Saiyans and Fusion Warrior. You got for Fusion Warrior, you got Ultra Vegeta Blue, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then you also got the new Super 17. And if you don't got them, you still got what, Ultra GB, who is somewhere down here. Yep, right here. And I'm pretty sure Fusion Warrior is probably gonna get buffed again later on this year, because we always get fusions for either anniversary or festival. So you're gonna see something else later on this year. But with how valuable they are now, especially with Saiyans being one of those top ranked teams now, it's no comparison. He deals support, I believe, on his unique gauge once it's popped. He what else? He has a good amount of disrupt, especially with his green card, destroying cards. You gain key, you get another card draw. Then once you revive, Gogeta becomes way better. The combo potential pretty good. Green card gives you special cover notification, and then you have a, what is it, a blast type of blue card. So if you're trying to play it safe and your opponent decides to attack, you can just lay back and chill and hit him with a blue card. So there's a lot of things that when he first dropped, a lot of people were like, nah, this guy's not good, he's not gonna last. And look at him now. A few months later, he's aging pretty well on a lot of teams. So I think at the number 8 spot, that's a sweet spot for him. You could move him up to number 7, maybe even 6. Some of you are probably a bigger Fusion Warrior main than myself. But moving on to the 7th spot, we're gonna put my boy Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. When he first got his Zenkai, it was already great. Given many support, he has healing, and he also draws a second ultimate when your opponent has only 1 unit left. That's just them basically saying, well, this is a guarantee, just finish your opponent off. Overkill, right? Like, with the amount of just crazy releases, his Zenkai probably has to be one of them. It's been a while since we got an LF Zenkai in general, and in fact a good one, solid one. So I have to say, great Zenkai. He can tank well with his damage cut, I believe. He has that once the combo ends, until the combo ends, he has like what, 60-70% damage cut. So yeah, and the guy can hit pretty hard. His ultimate hit hard. He has a range blue card. You get cover change on the green card. He has blast. It's a lot of things he has going on for him. Even if you build him defensively, his stats are so high that you're still gonna do some decent damage. So I feel like he deserves to be in that top 10 spot. Any lower than that, I feel like at that point you're crazy. You're kind of disrespecting him. The freaking defense menace. And moving on to the 6th spot, on the final spot of the lower 10. I'm gonna give that to LF Universal Spirit Bomb Goku. Now this guy, man, there were some people on release, he looked really good. Some people weren't feeling him too much, but This guy, he's great. I don't care what you say, he is great. You know, he has mini support, he's healing a lot. So with him healing, especially after taking damage, he's healing off taking damage, that he's healing also once he falls below a certain amount of health. It's insane. I think he heals once he pops his unique. I could be wrong, but the biggest thing that I want to say, besides him tanking, you know, having all this disrupt, this healing, is his ultimate. So depending on how many, you know, battle members your opponent has, this guy is what, if you have like 2 battle members, if you defeated 2 battle members, I believe he locks them in. So, and then if it's only 1 person left, he takes away your advantage. So pretty much you're just gonna LF them regardless, unless they have a rising rush. But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna LF them, especially if they're the last character. So they implemented that first with Gogeta giving him another, you know, ultimate, and then they gave him that where, you know, they're like, hey, you're already the last person, let's get this over with, pop the ult, get the LF. It's insane, and it hits really hard because it has he has a lot of sustained damage going on in his kit. I believe once you pop his green card, which is basically a counter, sort of, he has, I think, like 70% on his blue card, like his regular blue card, sustained damage cut, and it hits hard. You know, and we know what we, you know, minus sustained damage cut is really important in a lot of scenarios for certain units, and that's what makes him, you know, an all-around great unit. That's what I think. You know, I'm just rambling on at this point, but that is the sweet spot for him. I'm gonna leave him at the number 6 spot. Now moving on to the top 5 units. In the number 5 spot, I am gonna give this to the father and son, Tag LF, Goku, and Bardock. Now, like I mentioned earlier with Python, Saiyans, arguably the number 1 team, number 2 team. No, they're just up there. And I believe these guys, I don't have them. I didn't pull them on their release. There's a lot of units on this list I did not pull. You know, I'm starting to feel like Legends has that grudge against me or something. But yeah, they I believe they stat sustained damage cut on their cards. I don't know if that's on the Goku side or the Bardock side. I don't have them, but I know they hit like a truck just normally, you know. And then they have the what is it called, the Unbreakable, I think it's called, where basically it's like endurance, but at the same time you can't kill it off. So yeah, you basically got 2 lives with them. I've seen some people run them with Spirit Bomb Goku. That's already what, 4 lives. And if you want to, you can run them with Python and Gogeta. That's 6 lives. Like that's insane. You literally run them with any revival unit or any endurance unit. So yeah, that's, you know, they got a lot going on for them. They get cover change on their green card. AoE green cards are always nice. You know, they're a pain, but when it's you on the other side playing as them, it's always nice. And I feel like that's a good spot for these guys. So I'm gonna leave them at the number 5 spot. Now coming up on the number 4, we are gonna put UI Goku there. Now I think some people are gonna argue with me about this. Why is UI in the top 5? I think you have to think for a minute. UI he's got mechanics that some units don't have. You know, yeah, we got reds in the unit. You know, we got reds all in the meta. Exempting LF Vegeta since he just released and upped and disappeared. Like, we can't find bro at this point. But, you know, you got Super 17, you got Gohan, Beast Gohan. But I don't think reds are the biggest concerns, because you still have, you know, you can run him on with Goku and Bardock. Run him with Spirit Bomb Goku. Run him with 17. You know, you have blue units to cover for you. And besides that, right, he has, like I said, mechanics that literally no unit has. Canceling out your cover change. What, like, when they introduced that, what? Like, what? Come on now, late. That was the most insane thing I ever heard. Canceling your cover change. And then he's countering your strike base cards, your strike blues, green cards. Yeah. And then he gets ultimate. A free hit basically once he counters your cover change. Yeah. The guy, like I said, the guy's cracked. You know, still an overall great unit. He just got out the boost system. Even then, I feel like he's still going to be really solid. You still got some good teams. You throw him on Universe Rep. You throw him on Saiyan based team, a Sun Family based team. You know, you can throw him. I've seen people run him with Beast Gohan. That is a daily pair. Trust me. And Goku and Bardock. That is a daily pair. Now, I don't like going against up that, but you know, it is what it is, right? Now, moving on to the top 3. I think the top 3 is a little bit more obvious. Let's move some of these guys right here. That way we can just, I think we already know who the top 3 are. Now, number 3 spot, we are giving that to Beast Gohan. Now, the guy is still overpowered. Even with the you even got this guy to pair him alongside. That just makes it even worse. Literally, hybrids is on. This is literally Gohan Ball Legends. I think we knew that as soon as Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan dropped. Beast Gohan, just an overall great unit. Blue card is out of this world. Blue card damage is out of this world, especially post transformation. I do like what they implemented with him before he transforms, where he's more defensive and he has to take hits, and he's actually pretty tanky. You know, I guess you can argue that he has to be at certain stars, but he's actually pretty tanky in my opinion. But yeah, there's nothing really to be said about Gohan, really. You know, he's great. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the second spot. Like we already know what Gohan does, right? And do apologize, guys, if I'm coughing a little under the weather. But yeah, Beast Gohan is still in that top 3 spot. I don't think he's gonna move anytime soon unless they come out with some super crazy release before the anniversary, which is in 3 months, I mind you. Now we got Android 17. You can argue. You can definitely argue. Is he in the top spot? You know, honestly speaking, between him and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the gap isn't like super big. It's not that, like, it's not like, wow, you know, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is just leads ahead Super 17. It's pretty close in my opinion. So for Super 17, combo potential is crazy. You got the green card that can counter, you know, blast and pretty much leave you helpless. It's basically a free kill or a free combo at that point. Got no vanish, can't rise and rush, you can't tag out. The only thing you can do is stand there and take a beating. Like this isn't the first unit. Like it's like I mentioned with Spirit Bomb Goku, and with him locking you in or with him taking away your vanish if you're the last unit, is basically you taking a beating, taking the ultimate card right to the face. Now he also gets the ultimate card, you know, if you get a cover change with him. So it's basically a free hit doing a lot of damage unless it's at a type disadvantage. And yeah, he has a lot going on. And then I believe his unique gauge fills up with like 4 times the first time you get it. And it does take quite a few cards, I would say, before it actually fills up. So I can kind of see why they did that, because he's starting off with like, I think like 200-ish % damage once you pop that first card with him. So, you know, he's definitely deserving in the top 2 right there Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I mean, there's nothing to be said. AoE green card. He has blast armor nullification. You know, nullification, meaning it doesn't matter if you got blast armor, you're not going through nothing. And then he also kind of has that same effect with UI Goku, where he's countering like strike base cards, strike blues, strike greens. Now I think it does fill up his entire gauge once he does counter. I think the difference is he has a limit. I could be wrong, but I believe I saw somewhere in his kit where he gonna use it about 2-3 times, while UI, as long as he has his, you know, his unique gauge filled, he can pretty much just counter you the majority of the game, which is insane if you think about it. But yeah, Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is undoubtedly the best unit in the game. It's literally Gohan Ball Legends, you know. And that is, I think this is a pretty good list. You know, I've had some lists that I've made months ago that I didn't really feel the best about, you know, because you know, some units, like I said, I don't play with, but I've played against them. And then we got the honorable mentions. Going at the 11th spot, Android 16. I don't really want to hear anything about me putting him there because he's better than Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta is that character where he has great animations, it's fun to play with, but they just didn't get it 100% right with him, and it sucks because he was literally the first premium Vegeta. And how long? Like what? Like a year and a half? It's been a while. It's been a while, man. So yeah, like Legends, I need you to get it together, okay? As much as we love Goku and all these other characters, we gotta get some Vegeta love soon, hopefully. And then at the 12th spot, I'm actually gonna put Evoken there. Evoken's dropped down on this list quite a bit. It's just, the thing is, I think that's their biggest issue as well. They don't take hits exactly too well, and they also have to build up a lot before they're, you know, ramped up. So they're basically like one of those units where they have to ramp up on damage just before they're actually doing damage, right? So you want to pop their green cards as well constantly, because you get cover change, then you get, you know, more cards to keep on comboing. Now, don't get me wrong, once you ramp them up, once you start comboing with them, the combo potential is crazy. It's insane. The damage output just feels underwhelming, even with Zenkai buffers on the bench. It kind of feels a little bit underwhelming until you start ramping up the damage. So when you're playing with Evoken, you know, let's just say you have them on maybe your main team, I would say, you know, you're going to be in for quite a lengthy match because you're going to have to combo with them a lot. But don't get me wrong, I love the concept of the character. I was pretty excited when they dropped. Hopefully, you know, once they drop the next tag character, hopefully they don't have the same concept. At the 13th spot, I am putting Pan. Yeah, over Super Vegeta, and well, actually no. I think I'll do this. We'll put Ultra VB right there. VB is still one of those characters where he can solo a team, even being out the boost system, even being out the meta. He's still one of those guys. Put him on Fusion Warriors. You can put him on a Pure Saiyan team as well. There's just, I'm still kind of sad because he's my favorite character and they shafted me. You know, all the good characters, they shaft me on. You know, it's unfortunate. With Pan, like I mentioned, like 17, she's one of the best just agent support units that we have, and you will still see her today on Sun Family, on hybrids, on movies. Maybe not on movies as much now, but you will definitely see her. Now Super Vegeta, he's going to be in the 15th spot. 15th spot. Jesus Christ, I'm slurring. Could I put him higher? Yeah, I could. But it's like I said, they just did not get it right. This character, he looked good on paper, but it's like once you play with the character, that's when you're really gonna know. And they did not get it done with him. You know, I just, man, it's such a cool character concept. We've been asking for a Final Flash Vegeta so long. He has such cool animations. He has what, a Blast LF? So it's like, man, Legends, where's the love for Vegeta? You know, look at all these premium Goku units that we have. Spirit Bomb Goku, Goku and Bardock, UI Goku, all in the top 10. You know, then you could also argue, you know, you could also put him in there as well, somewhere in here in that 11th to 15th spot. Because he, like I said, his Zenkai is really solid. I like what they did with him. But besides that, you know, Bulma, no, not Bulma, Bulla and Vegeta are also arguable. Think about it. You know, there's some options. Janemba's not on here because it's just, man, Janemba just, he doesn't take hits well. You know, and that's always going to be his biggest flaw. Him literally getting like 2-3 carded by a green character, obviously, you know, they're type disadvantage, but still, two cards, 3 cards is insane. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave this at so far. I think this list came out pretty solid. Let me know what you guys think personally down below. What is your top 10 list? Who would you change around? Because everyone has a different preference. I don't mind it, you know, I read it and I say thank you, you know, I appreciate the feedback, because maybe you have more experience with a certain character than I do. But yeah, I think this is pretty solid. But as always, everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.